Here I'm just using an offcut. This is the leftover after I cut some masks out of that piece of plastic there. And I'm using a handmade texture tool just to add some texture. So that's essentially a hot glue gun on a piece of cardboard. And then picking that print up. And picking up that final print there. So I have a link below for a free stencil if you'd like to try it out. You can download the file, cut it on your cutting machine, and then you have a set of wing stencils to use. The link's below. Here I'm going with that aquamarine and the magenta again. And using my brayer just to totally mix it up. Get it into a nice thin layer as usual. And this one is Funky Flower number 44, I believe. This is the stencil. There's a stencil and a mask. This is the stencil. I'm using that smaller piece of paper to pick this up. Again, using my fingers to get in all those crevices, get a good imprint. And pulling the print. Nice. Taking off the stencil, and before that paint dries, I will take the ghost print. Rolling out some more magenta. And there's the mask of Funky Flower 44. I'm pulling up the mask, and I'm going to print that ghost print. Normally when I print, I'm a little more adventurous, meaning I'll print on previous prints, I'll print on different kinds of paper and that sort of thing. With this, I'm really testing out those stencils and making some materials for collage. So mixing up that purple paint. I'm trying to get that magenta off my sprayer so it doesn't show up too much. And rolling out a nice thin coat as always. And then I've got a stencil here. This one is Funky Flower number 60. And you can see I've also got a mask there in the bottom right corner. Added some more texture. And picking it up with medical exam paper again. Didn't pick up all the paint there. Must have had a kind of a thick layer. It's alright. I'll just use another piece of paper to pick that up. And it'll give me another print out of that. It's a lighter print, but it's still useful. Taking off the stencil. And then putting another piece of paper down. Okay, using the rest of that blue gray, I'm going to use that to clean my plate. Tea bag paper again. When I'm trying to do a pickup pull like this, I do let it sit a little bit longer than normal. I've edited out that time in my videos, but I just let it sit for an extra minute or two until the paper isn't cool to the touch anymore, and that lets me know that it's ready to pull. So that'll be a great texture for a background for something. More of that aqua color again. And rolling it out. And there's that stencil, Funky Flower 60. Some of these stencils with a lot of detail in them have a lot of detail in the petals. For example, for that one, they do better when you cut them quite large. So I wouldn't cut that super small if you buy that one and cut it on your cutting machine. The ones that aren't so detailed are great smaller. Pulling the print. Nice. And taking off the mask. And picking up that print. These would be great in my art journal as well as my mixed media artwork. So this is 2 stencils on one page here. This is Funky Flower 61 stencil and also Funky Flower 59, I think. Sorry, it's Funky Flower 51 stencil. Still a little bit of paint left in the stencil there. I'll just pick it up with this piece of paper here. And picking up the stencil. And I'm going to put those masks right on there, right on the plate. This results in a much more interesting print, but it's maybe not as useful for collage, depending on what you want to do with it. I like it. Blend up those masks. You can see there's still a bit of paint left underneath of them. And I'm going to use that paper I just used to pick up that extra paint and use that to pick up this print. See, I missed a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna use that blue-gray, clean my plate and get rid of that extra print there. I've been using that texture tool as a palette to hold that blue-gray, and I'm just stamping that off onto the plate. And wiping off my palette knife. And I'm going to roll that out. And use a piece of tea bag paper to pick that up. Let it sit for a minute till it's not cool to the touch anymore. And pull the print. Good background.